All right. Good morning, traders. This is SageFT. We are live. Let's get it. All right. Like I said, this is my name is Revan Wood. I go by SageFT in the room here. Let's dive right into this. We're trading the ES contract here, S&P 500 E-mini. Let's start with the daily chart here. All right. If you've been paying attention to the Sunday night review and rev up, you know where I'm looking at. You know where I'm looking at below. And then if we break the line above, right? So then let's go and take a look at the range here. So because we're the narrowest range of the last 7 trading days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What we're going to do is we're going to trade the 2-minute Keltner channels. More settings, my standard settings that I use for the Keltner channels right there in that link. All right, let's go ahead and move over to the 4-hour chart here. You'll see, I keep looking over, but you'll see why I keep looking over here in a minute when I show it here. On the 4-hour chart, the over under for me are these two lines here. Okay, we've got 00 spot 75 and 51.75, right? Because it's this little stutter step in the market. We broke through the other ones, but this was the big one. This is where they found support. They found a buyer. Is that buyer still there, right? Think about if we were reading the tape. Okay, well, there was 1,700 contracts at, I'm just going to make this up, at 0675. What do they do with it if it comes back to it, right? Think about that on a 2-minute chart. So, go up, and then come back. Now we're right back where that guy was supposed to be buying. We were waiting to see if he was still buying or not. Well, apparently he's not there, and now we really want to see if he's not there or not. Does that make sense? Even though this is a 4-hour chart, think about when you're hearing me tape read something like that. It's the same thing, just a different length of time. I don't even want to say a different time frame because then people are thinking turrets. It's just a different reference point using the vessel time. Okay. Here's the 15-minute chart. We are below the downsloping 200 simple. So therefore, we are watching for when it goes red on the 20-period simple moving average, when it starts to downslope again. Notice that any red overtakes green becomes profitable. Red overtakes green, profitable. Red overtakes green, profitable. Red over green, plausible. All right. That's on a 15-minute chart. All right. So now, yeah, it's starting to look profitable. Imagine that, huh? So why would we want to waste our time with the counter trend stuff? We don't. All right. So now what I was looking at, what I keep eyeballing is not just the David A, where the 20 goes through the 20-period simple moving average goes through the VWAP and you take the next trade from it. Okay. But look at this. And I haven't tested this. That's why I was kind of eyeballing it. Look what happens when the 200 crosses below a downsloping VWAP. Look at, and I'm just looking at this as the example today, right? Where this would just be the first touch of the 200 simple. But what if we have something here where when it crosses the this, no, all right. Now, what I want to do now is I want to take a look at what news we have coming in today. None. Housing market index. Okay, great. So another non-catalyst Monday. What do we got the rest of the week? Housing starts and permits. Okay, it's a little more woo than housing market index, right? But where's the real news? Here's one. 1:01 p.m., the 20-year bond auction. Now we're talking. Right? And then that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, we get the jobless claims at 8:30 a.m. Existing home sales at 10 a.m. And leading indicators 10 a.m. Okay. Now, just to show you guys, PMI composite flash, okay, is not what we're looking for. We're looking for final. This is just a snapshot of what the reading is at that time. That's not the actual. That's why it's not red. All right, what we want to do now is let's go over to x.com. Let's go find our Adam Mancini. This is Mr. Adam Mancini 4. Adam Mancini 4. What we're going to do is we're going to take his levels here, and we're going to use them like pivots. We're going to trade to and from them. Very simply put, to and from them. All right, as long as we're above 86 to 88, relief popped to 59.10, 59.17, and 34 live. 86 fails, we dip to 71.64. All right, Huggy Bear just laid it out, so y'all can play it out. Whoa. Oh, okay. Did they rat hole us down there so we couldn't get the long, or they still have distribution? You see what they just did with 3 seconds left? That is so rude. Yeah, now we probably don't want it, right? They probably just ran it. Rules are rules. I'm taking it light because of we're against the trend here. I just have one contract on. Yeah, once I saw them pop it with about 3 seconds left. Yeah. I knew it was going to be a loser. 100% of the time when it does that and it comes back and grabs you. Now it can go up. Took it with one because it was completely counter trend. And what I mean by that is not just on the 2 minute. Okay. It's counter trend on the 15 minute as well. So I still have to take the trade though. This one landed on the side of probability, on the losing side of probability, right? It did need to grab some lick though, which it didn't do. If you look, it's the same price as opposed to 1 tick, 2 ticks lower, which would have been cleaner. First Mancini below us is 88. It's snowing outside and it's actually sticking on the ground. All right, 88 Mancini, 86 88s. 86 fails, 71 64. All right, all things are pointing to short only. Now, is it a little too late to short? Well, I think we need some sort of bounce. How was how was everybody's weekend? Hope everybody had a good weekend. 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 Week. What was it? A weekend what? How many of you watched the new Tulsa King? And did your football team win? Mine barely won by 1 point against the Bears. What? Come on. Sorry, Bears fans, but we should have stomped you. You're right into the order block, 8650. I was watching the median threshold of the order block at 8250. Might have a little bit of repairs to do around 90. Bearish if it can't get to 90. If you are long, first target is 95. No fill for me. And now it's 3 ticks from my target, so cancel my bid. So there is a unicorn on the daily in Q. There is a unicorn on the daily ES, but it's much lower on the ES than it is on the NQ. We're only about 160, 170 points away from it on the NQ, but we're pretty far away from it. We're about 100 points away from it on the ES. So we need to be watching these here. Remember, a unicorn is the fair value gap inside of an order block, and also well, this is a triple, right? Because then it's also inside of a breaker block. All right, so that's something we're definitely watching. Anyone long? No fill for me. No fill for me at 92. They said not today. Not today, Rev. Not on that one anyway. Now, what set me off, watch this. Speaking of reading tape, watch this. Right here. So if we're looking at, okay, if we're looking at removal of the removal, okay, let's just dive right into that, and then we'll get to the tape as to why I was bidding, but even though I didn't get filled, that has nothing to do with it, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to identify the draw on liquidity. We're going to be able to find the plausible exhaustion bar, right? So that's 92. All right, so now watch what made me bid 92 this time as opposed to anything else. Okay, that's where we would bid. The stop would be down here. My stop was actually only 3 points, not 6 points. Okay, but this right here, speaking of reading the tape, this right here said get ready if they run it. And look what they did. They ran it. They pulled the offer at the same time as hitting the offer with a buy market order. So this is reading the tape. They removed what we call a pothole, right? Which would be a 21 on this side or whatever number on this side, and is 0 on this side, okay, as it's a red bar. Now look, we go back to 9150s. So now we have basically the same thing here as they removed the liquidity, which was the removal of liquidity. That's what this is here, right? So if we go like this, first target would be 98. Well, it's a little bit lower than that, 97.25. Okay. But the entry that I was looking at was right here. 89 was my stop. I just didn't get filled, right? So you're looking at anywhere up here to start taking some beautiful profits. Well, 95 first, right? And then 98 was my next one. And that has to do with reading the tape. Look, so then here's a pothole. Look, they have to come back and fill it. Perfect, 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 perfect. Good, 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 good. And 86 to 88 Mancini, and 86.50 was the top of the order block. Kind of jealous I'm not in this one, folks. They didn't want me playing. They said, not for you. Not for you, sir. I actually was going to start bidding at about 88.75, but I balked and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to fight the 8 EMA. Don't forget to hit the like button. You guys see the Chiefs lost? I'm okay with that. They don't have to win every game. They don't gots to win. Upper Keltners. Oh, evens. Oh, evens is kind of a large decision point. You've got VPOC. You've got Upper Keltner on the 2 minute. You've got the 200 on the 2 minute. You've got the top of the fair value gap at 0.00 half on the 15 minute. And it's a good morning to you. Don't forget to hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn your notifications bell to on. Please make sure that your YouTube live button is red. Boom, right through it. 10 points to the face. Those dirty rats not filling me. "15 minutes till the top of the hour." 15 minutes to my favorite time of the morning, folks. That is a large red candle, green candle, removing red. Now, do they run it all the way back down to the middle of it? Or not? There's a projection of 11 on the 15-minute chart. I want to see it, but before it breaks down, I want to see it go through 0450 and then come down if they're going to do it, because they would need a new buyer before they could push it lower. So I'm watching 0025 right now, but only as my over under, because I still think they have to run some buy side lick. But this so let me show you what I have drawn on my other chart here. 0025. I have this drawn. I have no trades on. I mean, I'm long 1 micro on the 15-minute chart. Even if this short wins, I'm not in the trade because I want to see a draw first, right? The draw would be up here. Good. Because what if they just the old finger probe? That's why I just have it drawn, and I don't. So a lot of you calm your scarcity mentality using the drawing tool. Those of you that are on your one-on-one calls with me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is hard because you can't really take a long on the so we have the fractal that's fired, but you can't really take a long on the next green overtakes red because we're at upper Keltner, we're at the pullback zone, right? So this is why I have it drawn, right? So quarters stop is here. So I just keep that on as a reminder, right? Blue gun, whoa. How many of you guys like Teddy Swims? That guy can sing. That guy's probably one of the better singers to ever come out in the last several years. If you've never heard Teddy Swims, you're welcome. One trade and done for Otzi and Bobo. Let's go, baby. He might be able to swim. Yeah, Erica. Try to buy some tickets. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm not trying to like that. They were okay priced until the resellers got them. We're at a battle here at 5,900. Not just because it's a round number. There's a lot of confluence here. Tons of confluence. I wish I could play that song right now on the stream for everybody. Let it do its thing, girl. Shoot. How many of you do this thing where you're like, all right, I'm looking at this, and then you go, maybe I can see something if I zoom in. Am I the only one that does this? Maybe there's a trade if I go all the way in like this. Maybe Al Brooks will pop out. And I'll be able to see a 3-tick banger. And then you lean forward. This monitor's too far away. This one, I lean forward, and it's like right here. This one's like arms length. Oh, I'm not the only one that does that. Okay. Good. I didn't think I was the only person that did that. Looks like they lost their buyer. We got 5 seconds, so my favorite time of the morning. Everybody, let's go ahead and put our glasses in the air. Okay, go ahead and get your hard drinks, your soft drinks, caffeinated, decaffeinated, milk, orange juice, apple juice, disgusting nastiness. Put it in the air. If you're new, welcome yourself. Everybody, spam the cheers emote. Those of you on Team Green, you know what you need to do. Everybody, it's a cheers to ya. Cheers to a great morning, and hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Let's have a great week here. Cheers, everybody. Uh-oh. Somebody needs to put Elijah back on Team Green. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's what helps us the most. Share this with your friends. Tell you what, and I'm not saying that we're going up. If we get through that 17, 18 level, there might be some stops up there. There might just be some stops. Is that the liquidity that they're looking for? Let's draw this on the 15-minute chart. Let's peep game here. Look at this. All the people thinking that. Let's back it up just a little bit. All the people that are looking at, think about how people used to look at their stocks back in the day before the internet, right? They would open up the newspaper and they would see what the stocks did on that day, having no control of it whatsoever, right? So think about it in that manner. And look, here's the deal. I'm not saying that we're going up. I'm saying if we do, here's how this would play out. They would trade last week's price action. Excuse me. They would trade today's price action as if it were last week's. That's very, very important. Okay. So if we think of that premise, right? Think of, okay, all the overnight actions stop dead at the pivot. Okay, so losing traders are going to do what? They're going to sell to what at the pivot? Let's just think about this. Losing traders will sell to what at the pivot? If we go back there, they will sell to open up there, right? And if they're losing traders, that means they're going to be right once out of what? While the professionals, if they're even going to sell, it would be to close only because they nailed some sort of move down here, whatever we want to say it is, right? So I'm not saying that we're going to go up there, but if we do, it's a beautiful trap. Now, we can move this little fair value gap just ever so slightly, right? I'll draw it again, then I'll remove it, right? So here's the new fair value gap. Here's the old one. So now we got a gap inside of a gap. So this is the inefficiency that they have to clear. See here? Box inside of a box, and it's a boxy clean. Did they say, okay, that's enough? It is a run on liquidity, right? They do have a draw on liquidity. Excuse me, not a run, a draw. Excuse me. So if they're going to move it, they could move it here. But again, they're going to have this major resistance of buy side liquidity right here, right? There's going to be a million. They're going to be like, oh, there's going to be a million stops right here, and then the big boys are going to go, thank you, right? So that's the push pull that we have on the 15-minute. They're toying with people here. This is going to move in a nice little direction. We just have to figure out which direction it's going to be without guessing. Uh, 225 is your first target if you are long. I have no. I have a micro on, but I have no ES trades. No little scalp trades yet. Leading the lemmings right to the cliff, Pat. Maybe. I'll be right back, everybody. This is where I get a little itchy trigger finger, and I know that all of this confluence right here can't be helping me out in flipping my coin for my decision. It reminds me. I have not seen my magic coin. There she is. Good. I'll be right back. Let's go, baby. I mean, it's clean. It's there for the pickings. You know what I mean? I mean, it set a hard stop at 98.25. It set a hard stop. It said, "Oh yeah, bink, stop the magic here." Now, how high does it go? I don't know. Am I gonna have to fix my shoe? My socks all bunched up in my shoe. Yeah. Got the lucky Jordans on today. Let's get it. Today is gonna be magical. Now, why am I not long? Can it go to 10? Or are these size 10? Yeah, upper Keltner, because we're narrow range. That's correct. Because look, folks, I clearly see that we're now we're also not even in position 1. If you think about it, the only thing that's turned up is the 8 and the 8 EMA, and price has crossed the 20-period simple moving average and turned it green at the same time. That's the only thing that's happened. $10.5. Mancini 10, size 10.5. Mancini 10. My target 11. Did I just answer any one of those 3 questions was yours? Good. We would need some serious range expansion to change what we're looking at here. Now, look at how perfect this order block is being respected on the daily NASDAQ. Now, if we're looking at the SMT, right? This big, think of this. Here's how I look at this, and maybe this will make some sense for some of you as a visual. Think of a big fishing rod, and you're fighting a huge salmon, right? Think of that. How deep does it go before you catch the fish, right? This one is not as heavy of a fish, right? There's a much heavier fish on here. But remember, most of what's making this go down is also a part of the S&P 500, right? So that's where you think of the SMT side of it, right? The smart money trades, right? And the way that you think about SMT, SMC, whatever people want to call it, right, is does one diverge from the other? Does one index diverge from the other? Right? Here's the deal. If we were not narrow range, I want to be very clear on what we would be doing if we were not the narrowest range of the last 7 trading days. We would be taking every long when the green closes above a red. So we would be long here, 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 and your stop would be right here, 98.25 or 98, whatever you want to use. If we were not narrow range. Because once we get this fractal moving in the right direction, the pullback to it and the green, and it's just holding itself here after a nice draw on liquidity. The big boys have to be able to fuel up, folks. And where do they fuel up? On the souls. S-O-U-L-S, not S-O-L-E-S. Okay, on the souls of the weak sellers, the people that sold to open right here. They said, come here, Huckleberry. Yeah, I'm buying. Now, am I saying that because I think this is going to go all the way up here to blah, 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 blah? No, no, no. I'm talking about where I would be trading right here if we were not narrow range. I believe, as I was saying before, I have it all drawn out. Now, this is major decision right here. Okay. Major. Here's why I say this. This is a draw on liquidity. This is the first red overtakes green at the draw on liquidity. So now, when you hear me say, what's my over under? Okay, right now, my over under 04, clear as day. Now, that doesn't mean I think it's going to go up. I think it's going to go down. No, I want to know what it's doing in reference to that number right there. That's the best I've ever explained over under. Okay. Because we're at the buy side lick level. But it's the buy side, it's the first buy side lick after a nasty sell side lick draw. Right? And this would be called a grab, right? Because it closes below these levels and then comes back up like a V-shaped pattern. Good, 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 good. We're all saying the same thing. Good, good. We got 7.5 minutes till the opening bell here. VPOC 5,900 even. Oh, 175 is the target if you are actually short up here. Kind of thinking I should have been short. At least one mini. Just because of the draw on liquidity. There's the target. 0175's print. The complete business at 0175. He's got all you can eat. He's got all you can eat. Watching the tape. Well, oh 04 was clearly a winner. Good Lord. 5,900 even is your 200 simple on your 2 minute. It's your VPOC. Decision point basically on your 15-minute chart as well. That was a beautiful buy side lick short. Anyone get short up here? I missed the also the obvious short too. The block. 03 with a 475 stop. Hmm. Okay, we're open. Here we go. Hmm. It's playing out exactly how I said it would. They needed to come up here and get some buy side lick, and then they can take it lower. Well, that's happening. So let's see let's see what happens when they push the 15-minute fractal back down. '94 by tape. 94 over under by tape. Try to bid 94.50, no fill. Stop would have been 90.75. First target would have been 98.25. The MES must have went lower than the ES because it stopped me out of that MES contract there.
Order submitted.
0025 is the over under, I guess. And there they go. They closed it above it. So now decision point right here. Are they going to find the well, would it be buy side or sell side lick? With the perfectly placed stop, we win. Okay, next target is 92.50 if you've got any left. 92.50. Okay, here's your 92.50s. What was the hidden secret on this short? I'll tell you. The VWAP and the 20 SMA and that yucky bearish bar on the 15-minute chart. The hard part about that trade was, do we have our stop in the right place? The answer was absolutely. Absolutely. and Mart, and with the 15-minute position one down, if we turn down like it's doing now, matter of fact, that's the momentum that we're watching, not the very, very short term momentum upwards on the 2-minute Keltners. Great job. Now let's let it do whatever it's going to do. This is starting to get really choppy. There's a volume cluster in the 88s. There's a big bid at 92. Is that to counteract all the stops that are going to be there? Or are they going to run right through it or pull it? There's someone bidding, there's someone buying the farm at 92.25. He wants all of this down here. They're all sitting there wondering if how big is that 92.25? How big is he? And there's a guy selling 93.50s. You can see it on the tape here. So here's the war, right? It's 92s by 93.50. Okay, so it looks like the 93.50s won. So I don't mean that they won, whether it's going to go up or down. What I mean is now they broke the 92s. Okay, so now is this sell side liquidity to push it upwards, or is that 93.50 going? Oh, come on, just a little bit more, a little bit more. 92.75 is VAL, and then you have a nice node at 93.50. Somebody's doing something down here. And just to be clear, buying thousands of contracts in the futures market does not move the stock market. People think it does, and it doesn't. It just means somebody's got a strategy in play, right? If let's say they're buying 6,000 contracts down here, okay, they could be short $7 billion worth of IBM, right? And this would be their hedge, right? Because the futures markets are meant to hedge commodities. I want to remind everyone we're sitting right at gap fill. ES is minus 0.06. NQ is plus 0.09. Being narrow range really screws all of this up. $39.75, and we're at 29. So we need 10 3/4 points of range expansion, either downside or upside. It doesn't matter. $95 is the bottom and the top of the fair value gaps that were prior on the 15-minute. So maybe a close below the 95s and then a push back through them to trap even more players. Or do they start to lean into the bid? Let me show you what I'm looking at here. Okay, we've got a fair value gap here, which is the bottom of it, of the downside one. And then we have a fair value gap here, which is the bottom side of the long fair value gap, right? So 95 over under, big time. They could even rat hole this thing right at 95. Trap both players on both sides. That's what I'm peeping. 30 seconds till the second 15-minute bar closes since the opening bell. Which way do they take this? 95 is going to be our over-under, folks. By 92. Oh, look, 12 seconds left, and they just pushed it above 95. Imagine that. Mm-hmm. They're about to probe somebody. Look at that. What did they close it at? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Come on now. We're keen to this. And any green bar that closes, they instantly sell it on the 2-minute chart. '94 VPOC shift. I think I balked at 95 quarter. Mm. Mm. Okay, first target 99.50 if you're in. Here's your high to high trend line. Decision point right here, folks. Folks, this is Howard Cosell here. Okay, there's your first target. Son of a biscuit eater. Oh my goodness, I was supposed to be in that trade. And that, if I, now here's the deal on that 15-minute box. If I would have stayed, if I would have used the ES contract, I would have not been stopped out. Because apparently the MES went much lower. Sell at 0075. My stop was at 00s. Very interesting. Very interesting. Hmm. Hmm. All right, so the premise, the tape read is right. The premise is right. My execution was off. I didn't put the order in 95.25. And the reason is, once we closed, as I was explaining on the 15-minute chart, because we closed above that 95, folks, that is like a double, right? That's two fair value gaps holding at one time. Wow. I hope you guys got some of that. Yeah, isn't that weird? It doesn't. The ES definitely didn't go that low. The ES went to 91.25. This one, Ted? Oh, wait. This one? The fair value gap? Oh. Well, hello. This one? I love it. Yep. Yep. I hesitated at 95.25. And I think what made me hesitate was the 4.25 point stop, but that's bad. That was bad process execution on my end. Trying to be right? Because I want to remind everyone there's only two reasons that you're not where you want to be in your profitability, right? And they are the need to be right and or the lack of patience. That's what we talk about on the coaching calls. That's what we're going to work on specifically on the coaching calls. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired of losing or not getting the results that you expect from all the time that you've put into the trading, right? That's first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to stop guessing. That's the first thing I'm going to show you. All right, see you, Ted. See you tomorrow. A lot of volume at 04. Again. Do they need a refuel first before they get to 8/2? I should have said, or do they just take it straight to 08/2? Yes. Need to have my multiple choice waffler in there. Well, they got me on that one. Big battle at 03. I don't like it. I don't care if it wins. I don't care if it wins. I don't like it. Here's why. It felt impulse, and then I didn't instantly add my OTE order of 03. Everyone else got in at 03, and so I have a worse average price than everyone else. Look, so here's how I have it drawn, right? This is a clear continuation, right? But it feels like impulse, right? So I took one tick and I'm out. I did because I didn't add it 03. Look at the perfect OTE order where you could have gotten a 4-tick stop. I'll wait for the next trade. It felt rushed. It felt rushed. Let me explain what I mean by that. It feels like they haven't created the hard stop yet. Meaning they could tickle my stop and then go, thanks, market. I love being your huckleberry. You're welcome for drawing on the lick. You're very welcome. And here's the deal. I don't care if it wins or loses. I can always take another trade. I can always take another trade. Now, am I going to feel really, really cool because it prints 2 even before it printed 7? Nah. All right, so now that would have stopped out. So my tape read was right. If it was going to fill me right here, it should have instantly went to 7. But because it waffled around and I'm like, I'm out. Peace out. It was looking for some sell side liquidity before it goes. That would have stopped me out to the tick. Golf clap for me. Yeah, but Rev, when you know that it does that, why don't you just give it more breathing room? Why? So it can go down and hit my stop 4 ticks lower? Mm-hmm. They're just playing with people now. Yep. Now it can go. Yep. You're probably not wrong, right? So if we enter again at 450, the stop would have to be a little bit bigger of 150 this time, right? That moves your stop, that moves your target to 0750. Yeah, and G-Man, that's exactly what I was expecting them to do. That's why I canceled. That's why I killed the order at 475s. I knew they were going to go right down there and tickle me and then go, 0750 is your target. Here you go. Just like we talked about. They needed this tiny little sell side lick to produce this move. There's your 0750s. There's your 0750s. Yeah, bottom. That's a pinprick. That's a pinprick, folks. How many times have you been that person that got stopped out at 02? 100, 200 times? If you have, until you get stopped out enough times and you get sick of doing it, you'll continue to do it. Yeah, but why don't you just move your stop down? Because it's going to hit your stop wherever it goes. And no, it doesn't know where your stop is. It doesn't care where your one contract is, right? It doesn't care where your 10 contracts are. It doesn't care where your 1,000 contracts are, to be real frank with you. A 1,000 contracts is only 500 grand in margin. You guys realize that? 500 grand in this environment is nothing. It's a nothing burger, right? There's nothing significant about a 500 grand margin position. Nothing. There's none. Yeah, I watched that one. This morning. G. Put your entry order where you. And there's another one like that's. It's right after that. He goes, and if he said, well, your stop should be where your stop goes. And if you enter where your stop goes, your stop is he says a red bus away. Oh, okay. Upper Keltner. There's that static, right? And we have a nice little sell 2,000 times at 775. If they're going to push this into the 0925, 0950 would be the little hollow spot. They could not get it. I still don't see how that contract got stopped out. It doesn't even go that low. Here's all the trades for today. I'm just slightly green. Slightly green. Because of some weird erroneous order here. Oh, I see what it did. Wait a minute. It gave me one tick of profit. Why? What? Wait a minute. What? Yeah, I should have never been stopped out. $9.29. That is weird. Because my target's 11. I don't know why it would move like that. Oh, well, I guess I made 75 cents. I'm not sure how that worked. Whatever. Whatever. This NQ hold of this 20495.75 is rather significant. That's the over under for the entire market. Okay, watch an 0275 and 08. That would put it at 97.50. Oh, 0875. Hmm. Gap retain at 05s. If you're looking at the tape, here comes the gap fill. We call this a flat tire. Bullish if they can't fill it. Bullish if they print to 05 and then run it upwards. Bearish if they kind of just fizzle through it. $05.75 was the prior swing high on the 15-minute, and that's where this bar closed. Folks, they're just rat holing this stuff. Okay, there's Mancini 10. Do they have enough shorts trapped, right? So now remember what we talked about pre-market. There is going to be some action around 16 if they can get it. Some sort of action. Is it the buy-side lick they're looking for, or are they going to run the liquidity? Okay, looking at the tape, there's someone buying the hell out of 10 quarter. I tried to bid it. 1150 is your first target if you're in. Dang it. Trying a little scalp there, a little tape read long, right? Just join the bid. 1-to-1 would have been about 1150. There you go. There you go. There you go. Start taking profits if you're in that. That's a beautiful, beautiful tape read long. Beautiful. No fill for me. It didn't backfill enough contracts there. There it goes. They've got them by the short and curlies. Okay, so now 15-minute. Remember, we talked about this scenario when we were down here. I said, if it does, if it decides to, if it wants to, okay, they want to figure out what is above this. Are the newspaper readers selling this week's price action as if it were last week's? Remember that story? I was given the scenario, the synopsis. You used to have to look at, you figured out what the stocks did. At the end of the day, you figured them out the next morning when the newspaper printed it and gave it to you. So you were trading yesterday's information today. Think about it. Old losing trader mentality. Let's go. Okay, you got another big blob of buyers and sellers at 1350. That one's a little less obvious. He's heavy. He's heavy and he's liking it. I heard something this weekend. Professionals don't buy low and sell high. They buy high and sell higher. They don't sell high and buy low. They sell low and buy it back lower. Think about that. We wait for our pattern to confirm. If we have this as a box, let's just say we have, well, we got it drawn right here. Let's say that we have this as a box. Okay, we're going to buy high and sell it higher. Boom. We want to wait to see if the other buyers come in before us. We're not going to be the first buyer. They got him by the short and curlies here, folks. Decision right here. Tesla through the roof. Tesla at 348. Gap and run. This could run the ES and the NQ. Here's the deal. Now we're in decision point of buy side lick 1575 over under hard. This is exactly what we talked about pre-market. This is why you tune into the live trading desk, so you have ideas like this in your head before they fire. They're trying to buy. They're trying to buy it. Man, it's just hard to it's hard to just join them. Once I didn't get filled at 1025, I'm struggling to pay 1550. Even though I see the buyer, look, if we're talking about tape reading, folks, look. Okay, he bought 1025, he bought 1350, and he just bought again at 1550. The hard part is, where do you put your stop? And so it doesn't go down, tickle your stop and then run. There's your 17s. There's your 17s. You bottom. Let's go back and take a look at the NQ daily chart. Look at how this perfectly orchestrated. This order block, breaker block, right? Same thing with the unicorn and with the unicorn, right? And so look, they're like, nah, you ain't even getting it under this 20495. Screw you. That's too cheap. Remember the Mancini narrative. As long as we're above 86 to 88, it's a push. 10, 17, 34. Well, here we are. Seventeen's got a bid. People buying it too. They got to have more. Skew left volume profile. Okay, we need 7 3/4 points to move outside the narrowest range of the last 7 trading days. Yeah, it would be chasing up here for show. But above the upper Keltner means, pullbacks to the 8 EMA, that ride the upper Keltner highway there, the old train. Man, that would have hit my target. I think I know what happened, though. I think it went up 5 points, and my automatic stop brings it to break even +1. Oh, 5. Yeah, it did because that's exactly what happened. Great job, Erica. Great job. That means I had the wrong ATM strategy on. All right, so now everything above 1575 is buy side lick. doing this in the micros because of the strength. But this is in the sell side liquidity zone or buy side lick zone. There's a hole at 1625, and that'll be a tough hole to fill. If they don't, they would probably have to run this up first. Yeah, they're going to run it. Yeah, that was stupid. Now it can go down. A lot of volume at 1825. I'm down $18. Hmm. If you're long from 17, 1950 is your first target. No fill for me. Hey, here comes the next move. Well, you can hear my processor starting to speed up. All right, hit that like button if you like what you see in here. I apologize for not talking to the chat a whole lot. I'm busy reading tape, trading, well, looking for entries. We got a BTC move here. Let's take a look. Oh wow. Yeah, that's got some people trapped, doesn't it? So they're risk on still. $5 points. Well, this thing's just going to go, huh? There was a nice little snap at 2050. Little hammer. And smash that like button. All right, everyone over in social media land, how are you? Hope you're staying safe today. Let's go ahead and take a review of what we saw today. All right, so if we think about how this played out, it played out absolutely textbook according to Adam Mancini, Adam Mancini 4 on X.com. He says everything is long still as long as 88 to 86 holds. If 86 and 88 fail, we go to 7164 or something like 7461, something like that. Here, we go to 7164. All right, now if it holds, we go back to 10, 17, and 34. All right, so now how could you have played it? Well, look at how perfect this is down here. Comes right into this order block. Doesn't, so if we look at these two, 95 was our over under because we had a fair value gap to the downside and the fair value gap to the upside. It couldn't close below 95, and all of a sudden the buy programs turned on heavy. Right, so it all started with the 88 hold, and now where does it go? Well, Mancini says 34, 59.34. We're going to find out. Another thing I want to point out today. On this review is on the NQ. If we go to the NQ daily chart, we have this order block / breaker block here, and it holds to the tick. They couldn't push it any lower. So if we're thinking about SMT, SMC, however you guys want to look at it, you have the divergence. If we bring them together. And so now the weakest one is pushing the strongest one up. I'm ending the day, ending the session just flat. I might trade some more here in a little bit. We'll be over on the Discord. Let me put the link in the Discord link in there for you. Here's the chat. Chat's loving it. Today was not an easy day to trade if you are a newer trader. There was a perfect short there at 2050. If anyone took it, 2050. Because we're in the supply zone, the sell side lick, the buy side lick zone, excuse me, above the pivot of 1575. The only reason I'm a little bit red is I did not get some fills, and then I recognized a couple trades a little bit too late. But I mean, $18. That's basically that's flat as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it doesn't even buy you a cheeseburger where I live. So, not a terrible day. Not a terrible day in terms of my profitability or not profitable. Pretty lousy C- day for execution for me. Seeing trades just a little bit late, that kind of thing. My focus wasn't 100%, so I'm gonna limp up out of here, and I will see everyone tomorrow, 8 a.m. live on YouTube. The live trading desk with SageFT on YouTube is the name of the channel. I'll see all of you over in the Discord, and I'll see you tomorrow.